guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liwa. I'm a family, lifestyle and health vlogger, and today I'll be sharing with you 10 of my most valuable tips on how I keep my home clean. So these tips will help you to keep a clean home, especially if you're a busy mom like myself. And if this is the first time you've come across my face, and I'd love you to explore my other videos. I do a lot of videos on eating right, just hacks like a busy mom, organizational skills, football journey of my son, and other chats that you might find helpful. If that sounds like something that would interest you, why not consider subscribing? So now let's go straight into the video. So I'm going to be sharing today cleaning tips. I am obsessed with keeping my house looking clean, but the caveat is that I have four kids, and I've got a toddler who makes that job really challenging. So whatever I'm going to say today, take that with a pinch of salt. If you're a mom as well, don't beat yourself up. Now, my first tip I'll share is have a cleaning routine. I know that I use this word routine a lot on my channel, but having a cleaning routine really helps you to make sure that your house stays clean. Personally, the nighttime is heaven. That's the best time for me to keep my house clean. And I've got a nighttime routine in terms of cleaning. What I do, one, is I make sure my sink is nice and clear, because there's nothing as bad as going to bed with a packed sink. And I'd mentioned that before in my organizational video. And another routine I have at night is that all clothes that I wash during the day, especially those I wash in the evening, I kind of put them out. And if there's the stuff that I need to, take up, I take it out from the drying line. So I kind of use the night time to sort out clothes in general. And the last thing I do at night as well, worktops are kept clean and without any clutter. So those three things work for me in terms of my nighttime routine. I think if you use your dishwasher, it's a good time to offload and unload it in the night so that it washes through the night. Second thing I'll say is, please don't procrastinate your cleaning job. I always say that I call it pay as you go, and I've coined that to clean as you go. The rule that I have is I don't leave any dead time in the kitchen, especially, or wherever I am. So if I go to the toilet, for example, and I'm brushing my teeth and the splashes, I just give it a clean. I just use like a microfiber cloth and I clean it down. I remove any, residue immediately. That just makes it easier in the kitchen while I may be cooking tea for the kids or lunch, and I make a mess. I just wipe it down, clean, wash while I go. It makes it a lot easier. And I'm going to just steal one of Emily Norris's tips. She talks about the 5-minute rule and the 1-touch rule. So the 5-minute rule is, if you can get a job done in 5 minutes, get up and do it. And if moving one item makes a difference, why not? So what that means is, if taking, for example, your shoes, as opposed to leaving them at the entrance porch, if you can just touch it, put it in the cabinet, and that keeps it clear, why not? Okay, that's my second tip. So just do it as you go along. The third thing, and this is something that has made a massive difference for me, is using the right cleaning equipment. There's nothing as bad as using the wrong cleaning equipment. It makes your job 10 times harder. I used to use, like most of us, it might work for you, but for me, the day I discovered a cordless vacuum, my cleaning life changed. I was able to just get it once there's a spillage, or just get it over with, as opposed to having a big vacuum cleaner that you have to plug, you have to empty. It just makes it harder. You'll still clean, but in terms of keeping a tidy house when you're a busy mom like myself, that will be a bigger challenge to face. And then not only that, even like washing the dishes, as opposed to using the normal sponges, I discovered this, and this just makes my job easier when doing my dishes. And another thing is my floor mop. I had the traditional mop that most of us did with the bucket, and I'll struggle to empty it sometimes, to go out, to throw it. And I discovered the spray mop. That changed the game for me. The spray mop, I just put my detergent in, whatever I need to put in there, spray it off while I go, and it's a lot less daunting. So getting the right cleaning equipment makes a difference in making your house tidy and clean. And another thing that I try not to do is I don't accumulate everything for one day. Sometimes when I'm doing like a massive deep clean, once a month or once in 2 months, I can do that. But usually I kind of stagger my jobs. I prefer to know that, for example, on a Friday, I tend to tackle all the toilets for some reason. It's just a habit. It's a cleaning routine. Every Friday, I do the toilets. So that takes that job away. On a Saturday, I do the vacuuming of the kids. Again, that's a big job because it's a 3-floor house and it's got carpet. So that takes another big challenge for my cleaning. And I could decide maybe to do the kitchen on a Sunday. So I kind of stagger that in 3 days. It doesn't feel so daunting to do it all at once. So that's another tip that really works. Don't put it all at once. The fifth tip I'm going to share is I prefer to tackle jobs that I don't like last. The reason why, because if you tell me to, for example, what do I hate doing most? I hate to do the mopping in the kitchen for some reason. I just don't like the fact that I have to, to do that. So if I need to start with that, I'll just keep pushing because it's not something I like to do. But if I know that I like to do the dishes, for example, and see the worktop look clean, I'll start with that and I'm forced to do the last job because I'm already in the cleaning mode. Yeah, so that's a tip that I have learned. So people always say start with what you hate most. I wouldn't start it. So I start with what I like and then I get into it. The next tip I'll share is bleach. Again, when I talk about bleach, you need to be careful where you use it. I'm talking really more in the toilets. And the thing that I learned is bleach takes away the biggest of your jobs. The day I discovered thick bleach, my toilets never looked the same. Because what I'll do is, if you're lazy, sometimes it's a very good hack. You just put bleach, 3 toilets, put it everywhere, and just ban the kids from going in there for like 3 hours while you get on with other stuff. And then once you come in, it's done half the job for you. You need to just wash it down, rinse it, obviously. And another thing on this point, another thing that helps me is when I keep procrastinating, for example, the kids' bath, and I was meant to do it, and I keep pushing. When I put bleach, I'm forced to do it because they cannot get in there till I rinse it off. So that tip, obviously, like last week, I was not in the mood. But because I already put bleach, the kids kept saying, Mom, we need to take a shower, we need to take a bath. I had to go and clean it. So that's another tip that works. Again, these are just tips that have worked for me. The sixth one is learning to declutter. Don't pack stuff and put it in the loft. Don't put it in the garage. Declutter things, especially if you don't have younger kids to hand down clothes or shoes. What you should do is I recommend 3 things: eBay, maybe Facebook Marketplace, or charity shops. I fall in that trap of keeping stuff sometimes to ship back to the privileged kids, but it'll just sometimes I end up keeping them for years, and there's valuable space that I could store seasonal stuff at home, and I just tend to clutter stuff. There's nothing as bad as having things clogged up at home. It just makes the house look untidy. That's the next thing, actually get rid of them. And just talking about getting rid of stuff goes to my next and 7th point is I put things out seasonally because I want the kids' cupboards to be, I don't have a lot of space. So to make the room look tidy, what I tend to do is summer, I take out the summer clothes. And then in winter, I do the same. So basically, I just empty the wardrobes, check. At this time of the year, when it's cold, none of the t-shirts or shorts will be out. They'll be somewhere maybe in the loft where it's meant to be, as opposed to clothes that you will never wear or clothes that you plan to hand down and you never do and you just keep in the loft. So I actually swap them and use things seasonally. When it's summer, I take the jackets all out of the storage cabinet, take them to the loft, keep them there. Winter, bring them down. Same thing with Christmas time period, I take stuff up just to give you space, and especially because of space management with clothes. And that's a whole topic on its own on another day. Now, my 8th tip, while to keep a clean house or cleaning tip, is I clean top to bottom. It's a very, very popular way of cleaning, because if you think about it, once you tidy your surface area, it will go to the floor. So I'll do my cabinets from top up to bottom, all my surface areas, and then at least if the floor is messy, that can be my last area to tackle. So if you start cleaning from floor to top, you realize that you do the job twice. So this is a trick that I've learned because I love to clean. And if you're like me and you are busy, and this is again for a busy mom, what I do to make my cleaning jobs, the days that I need to do a deep clean, the way it helps me is I have my earphones on. If you've got wireless, it's even better. Even if you've got the wired normal earphones, I spend that time either listening to a podcast, sometimes doing some research on videos, or just following up on other YouTube channels, or whatever you fancy listening to. It makes the job less difficult, or like an audio book, because I can talk to friends, like, because I don't really have the time to sit down and chat to my friends and family for maybe 30 minutes or an hour. So I use my cleaning time so that it's not such a chore. So I can just get on cleaning while talking to friends and family, and I don't really feel that like I'm cleaning. So that's another tip that will help you. The next one, just sit down and do nothing. If we're sitting down and watching TV, I get my husband, for example, and myself to start to fold clothes while watching TV, or sometimes I relax, yes, but rarely. Once the house is clean, I can relax. So this point, that's like two in one. This point ties with the next point of saying I don't sit down till my job is done. I'll just keep going till I make sure that everything is done. And if I feel like I need to sit down for an easy job like folding clothes, I'll do it. But I will just not sit idle watching. I'll do something that is not such a difficult chore to do, or if I can multitask, why not? Sometimes, I can catch up on all my soaps that I've not watched when the kids are in bed at night with a cup of something, and I'll be folding clothes, my cushions, whatever I can do, I try to do it. And I have a rule that if you see something, we put a lot of stuff on the stairs. I do that a lot because if I have to run up all the time that something needs to be tidied, it'll be good for me because I'll probably be a lot slimmer, but I don't have the time. So what I do is I make sure the kids don't move around without picking up something. That's the rule. They cannot go up and down the stairs without picking something to put in its right place. And this point again is like a double whammy because I get to delegate stuff when it comes to cleaning. I don't do it all by myself. I make sure that each kid has a job, and it's just falling into place. Especially as well with my husband, he is quite good with things like sometimes ironing the baby's clothes. He's good at doing certain tasks, like taking the bin out. That's his job. So once you delegate jobs, you don't need to remind them anybody. Everybody just gets on with the job. So when it's the bin day, he does the bins without me saying anything. The kids, once our big boys at home, he tends to vacuum without being told. If not, my other girl does. The place they do it, the clean where they eat, that makes my job easier. And my last bonus tip, me, I like bonus tips. I always give you one extra, is if you can afford, if that's the big word, get yourself a cleaner to come maybe once a quarter, once every 3 months, do you a deep clean. Why not? Why not? And this again ties with the fact that you need to pamper yourself. So sometimes if you can afford it, some months just say you do your basic cleaning, but to keep your house tidy, if you're a busy mom, get external help, sit down, relax, have a cup of something while the house is nice and clean. You deserve it. Everybody deserves it. So make sure that you do that. I hope that these tips today help you to keep your house cleaner. Yes, if you've liked this video today, give us a thumbs up and check other videos that I have done. Consider subscribing. And if you've got any tips that I'm sure I have missed out, please feel free to share below. So thanks for watching this and have a fab day. Bye bye. Look after yourself.